morning! What's up, guys? We ready to go? Minus Monday, baby. Let's get to it. We are 4:40 out from the close of this 5-minute bar. You're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart. That is Nasdaq futures. All right? And I'm, of course, copy trading Apex and Take Profit Trader fundeds. So let's get to work, baby. Let's do it. Let's see if the Bears can give us something half reasonable here. Clearly right now, the Bulls are going to try to hold a little trading range here between bar 8 up until now, bar 15. So let's see if they can do that. I'd prefer our quickest route to a setup, at least my quickest route to a setup, would be if bar 15 here can break pretty substantially, give us a nice clean close well beneath the wick low of 10. If they can do that, I would short that close into the open of 16 with a stop limit sell. But if they barely close it outside, then of course, according to Ram, I am waiting for bar 16. So 340 out, let's see what we get. Good morning, guys. How we doing? Outlaw, ABB, what's up, brother? How we doing? Derek, Big Alert in the chat. What's up, brother? Trading Chris. Good to see you. All the OGs. Good morning, guys. How we doing? All right. Hey, Kevin. Good morning. Big Bruce. What's up, brother? All right, let's get to it. We've got work to do. Midas Monday. By the way, I'm going to give away an account or two toward midday today. So stick around. Apex accounts. We'll give a couple away here today. Celebrate the new week. All right. Okay. Halfway through this 5-minute bar, 2.5 minutes out again. I would need to see 15 closing nice and low. But you know the Bulls are going to want to see this hold on to a range. You can see it really clearly if we switch to a 2-minute chart really quick. Here's a 2-minute chart. See this? Big old trading range. Don't bet on breakouts before the range has actually broken. You guys should know this by now, right? Within RAM, we know. Can anybody tell me what the probability of a trading range breaking out is on any given attempt of a breakout? Any given attempt. Can anyone tell me what the probability of it actually breaking is? 20%. Derek beat all of you to it. 20%! Okay, so really hard to make the math work if you're betting on breakouts and ranges. Let me tell you something. Most people who are having a lot of trouble in their trading, like, I'm not even exaggerating. Most of you guys, if you're really struggling in your trading, if we look at all your trades, if I sat down next to you for 3 hours and looked through all your trades, I'm a real good guy doing this, huh? I would bet I would find a whole bunch of bullshit trades where you're like, I'm going to get long here on 15 because it's going to break. And then it hangs out in the trading range for the next 2 hours and stops you out. Don't do that. If you're going to trade in a trading range, ideally, it's not a straight up sideways trading range. A sideways single bar trading range is where you'll see me taking the least amount of trades. But if you are going to trade in like a soft bull channel, soft bear channel, great. There's some good trades in there, but you better not be betting on breakouts before they actually come. You are going to chop yourself right up. And then you know what people like to do? They'll bet on breakouts all day long in a sideways trading range, and then the end of the day will come and they'll be red, which is okay. It's okay to be red, but they'll be really red, and then they'll say, market sucks today. Nothing's breaking out. Got chopped up. I got chopped up today. Market's choppy. It's like, oh, Jesus. No, you're betting on breakouts in a trading range. Mathematically broken. Don't do that. There you go. I just saved you a whole bunch of money. Apparently no one else tells you guys this shit. That is really important. Don't do it. All right, 16. What you got for us? What you got, big 16? Big Lurk, good morning, big dog. How we doing? All right, again, if you're just joining us here, we've got a big trading range from bar 8 through bar 16 here. So we're just waiting to see if somebody can get enough confidence mustered up to take this baby outside. These little sideways trading ranges, this is basically a single bar sideways trading range. Which, by the way, I was really confused early on. Like, what, you know, like, when is kind of the worst probability time to trade? When should I be trading? And you know what the funny part is? Early in my career, I kind of by myself came to the conclusion that a lot of people do. You guys know what that is? When the market's pushing one direction, I would always try to be the contrarian and get my ass blown up. And then in a single bar trading range like this, I'd be like, okay, volatility's down, this is predictable. And I would trade it as the contrarian. The problem is the math is really, really hard to make work in a single bar sideways trading range. Really, really hard to make work. We don't want our job, it's hard enough to do this, right? We don't want our job to be harder than it needs to be. So it took me a while, but now we know that in RAM, it's the opposite. The probability, the edge is highest during a huge trend. But trends don't come very often, okay? And it's the lowest by far, the edge, the potential edge is lowest by far in a single bar, meaning basically one bar up, one bar down, 1 or 2 bars up, 1 or 2 bars down, trading range, that's literally sideways. The probability is the lowest, which means you should be taking the least amount of trades when the market is doing from bar 8 up until right now. But people like to trade this because it feels safe. I understand that. Psychologically, you're like, no, this feels safe. It feels low risk. It feels easy. I'm telling you, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. If you can't muster up the confidence to trade when the market's trending hard, when the potential edge is the highest, you gotta size down. You gotta take less size. Still take the trade, just size down. It's all right. AK, big dog! Damn straight. And the crazy thing is it's only gonna get more. So my thought was like, well, I'm not really interested in selling a course, because what a course is you make it once and then you sell it forever. And I don't feel good about that, because what happens if a year from now I have found something that works really well? Because the market's always shifting. What, I just can't provide insight on the current market context? That's ridiculous. So I was like, well, let's do the tomb, and I'll create this ever-growing backlog of evergreen content that never goes out of style, but I update it every single day, and then every week with a live training. But the tomb talk goes out every day. So if you join the tomb right now, there's already a shitload of content in there. But if you join a week from now, there's going to be even more. You join 6 months from now, there's going to be even more. You stay a member for the next year, you're getting content every day. It's, I don't want to say it's overwhelming, but it's overwhelming in a good way. Like, you have so much stuff to watch in there, and it's only going to get more and more and more because it all gets backlogged. And I'm pumped up about it. 17. Come on, big 17. Break us out, baby. 440 out. So let's do a quick check-in here. How you guys doing today? Those of you guys that traded the open, how we doing? DK Green, baby. Now, let me ask you guys a question. A lot of you guys are green. Those of you guys that are red or blue accounts today, let me ask you a question. And I can almost certainly say the answer for most of you guys who are red or blue accounts today is one of these two. Did you A, take a continuation trade that was maybe B quality or B minus quality with way too much size? You took it with like 3 minis on a 50K account. That's too big. Or number 2, did you hit this trading range since bar 8 like 7 times? If you did either of those two things and you're red or you blew an account, I don't think you should be all pissed off. What you should look at that is, what you should do is look at that and say, well, at least I know the answer. At least I know where I fucked up. And then you fix it. Good. Took you 1 day to learn that lesson. That's a good thing. F quality. Well, there you go. Then we don't do that again, huh? Jerry, too much size? How many times I gotta tell you, Jerry? Size down. Ego! We scale horizontally around here. Most of you guys are probably trading prop. Most of you are. So in prop, you don't scale by taking one, you cheap ass, by taking one funded account. You're saying, ooh, it cost me $100 total. I'm gonna make 10 million off this one account. Okay, so what? You're gonna trade 10 minis in a 50K account? You psycho. If you lose one trade, even with a big padding, it's over. You've blown the account. You plan on never losing a trade in your life? What's wrong with you? So we scale horizontally. You trade relatively small per account, and you scale to as many funded accounts as you can. They add up, dude. They add up. Small payouts, medium payouts here and there. You know, $1,000 payout. Even a little guy, $500 payout. $2,000 payout. $3,500 payout. Okay, you got 4 $2,000 payouts today. Great. But if you have 20 fundeds, that adds up very, very fast to more money than most of you have probably made in a month ever in your life. Right? That is a good thing. So you got to set aside that ego, big dog. Scale horizontally. It's the way to do this. Promise you. Go. What is your opinion of the 15-minute opening range breakout? This is like the orb that everyone's talking about, right? Is that right? Been doing it for a month and it has good results. I've seen people, you know what I've seen? I've seen I wouldn't say a lot, but I've seen a decent amount of people who seem to find success with orb. The problem with orb is that for me, I'm not saying you can't make money. Of course, I've seen people make money with it, but the problem that seems to happen to people is if the orb doesn't work because it ignores the context, then like that's your one trade of the day, and then it's like, well, what do you do the rest of the day? I've seen people in that boat. They're like, well, I took the orb, it didn't work because it was a range, and people who were trading RAM saw that. And then it's like, well, what do I do the rest of the day? Okay, so I've seen people have success with it. Again, it seems like a good strategy. I'm not trying to like, whatever. But I do think that if you could trade some variation of that with context, that's better. All right, 18, let's see what we get. Yeah, trade whatever strategy works for you, dude. I'm not here to, like, I mean, I want you to trade RAM because I think you're going to find success with it. But if you decide not to, it's not like I really give a shit. I just want you to make money. So if you go and make $4 million a year trading the orb, fantastic, tremendous. See you on the other side. $18, baby, let's go. All right, 315 out. Yeah, I don't size down out of like fear. I just size down to try to keep the dollar amounts mostly matched. So that, you know, if I'll typically risk somewhere between, it depends, like 2 and 10,000 per trade. When volatility's up, like 60, 70 ATR, I'll just size down to get back down there so that I'm not, you know, risking between like 5 and 20 or something per trade. So yes, sir, size down a tad, not too much. All right, 18. Give us a break. Now, you know, of course, we might see 18 break. If you're newer, listen to what I'm about to say carefully. 18, of course, might break downside, but you should understand that at this very moment in time, the probability of 18 actually being the test of the low end of this trading range that does break and go. I don't mean just like break and then fail. I mean break and then actually turns out to be the breakout. The probability of that happening, a lot of people think it's like 50%. It's 20% approximately. Now that's a rough estimate, okay? It's not like it's, you know, it's really hard because you could look at it a number of different ways, so you can't really get like a, well, it's a 20.72% probability. No, it's approximately 20%. These are rough estimations. Okay, so 20%, you know, that helps. Why do we care? Because it helps you not sell 18 just because it's testing the low. because most of the time that's not going to work. And when it does, it's not going to work enough to make up for the losses. Which is why, again, these sideways, mostly single bar trading ranges, if not all single bar trading ranges, are when you'll see me doing the least amount of stuff. Crucial! Yep, big fan of gold. NQ is my bread and butter. But I like gold, man. The thing about gold is that right now, lately at least, what I've noticed is you need to, it's not really one-to-one. If you transition from NQ to gold, you should size down your contracts like a little bit to match. Otherwise, what'll happen is you'll grind NQ and you'll transfer over to gold for a day or whatever, or for like an hour and see what's up. You'll take 2 trades, and if they're both losers, you're like, holy shit, I lost way more money than I really anticipated. So size down a little. The other thing about gold is that it can kind of do, gold is a little more jumpy, a little more often, in my opinion. Like it'll kind of be going slow and then all of a sudden push like a mother. Now, when it starts pushing is when I like to trade gold. When it's really slow, it's a little like, I don't know, because every once in a while we'll just make a big push out of nowhere. NQ doesn't really do that as much. It does it on news, of course, but only unexpected news is the risk here. All right, 3 minutes out. Trying to break through. Let's see if Big Bar 19 can give us something reasonable enough. I would fucking love to stop hunt. I would love to stop hunt that low of bar 1. That is the low of day. You know the bulls who got long all through here, the swing trade bulls, all have their stops. They're all trading small relative to their portfolio, and they all have their stops right below the wick low of 1. I am a hungry bear coming out of hibernation, and I would love to stop hunt all those stops. I would love to do that. Two minutes. All right, I might be putting on some risk here. Now, if this bar doesn't get low enough, we'll have to see if I end up breaking the stop hunt into 2 trades or just this one. The lower this one bar gets, the more likely it is that I just stop hunt it on this bar. But if this thing were to close at like basically the wick low of where it currently is, I'd probably break it up into 2 trades if I can. Just because the stop hunt's pretty far away. It's like 80 points away. So 60 seconds. Pop over to the execution screen and see. Now again, the probability of this thing actually closing nice and low is not tremendous. The bulls are probably, more often than not, going to try to hold that trading range, but this is looking reasonable. So again, if bar 19 can close near the wick low, I'll put out a stop limit sell, give that about, probably 15 seconds. Just because it would be the early trade, the first bar breaking out and closing nice and low. 25 seconds here. I mean, I will get the copy trader ready just in case. I don't want to miss anything. If the bears take that baby nice and low, last second adjustment, I'll put out my stop limit sell and adjust it. We're not going to get it. See that? Bulls are trying to hold that range. They're trying to hold that range. So we'll wait now for bar 20. Bar 20 could be our golden boy. Let's see. Let's see. Big bar 20. Do it to him. I would love a nice clean bear close out of bar 20 here. That would be a beautiful thing. Pete, do you ever play rehearsals? Yeah, I've got rehearsals this afternoon. I'm the lead role, baby. Lead role. Wish me luck. Just kidding, Pete. Reversals. I play reversals if they align with RAM. Yeah, 100%. But I don't just buy hoping it reverses. All right, Bears beauty. Come on, board 20. Do it to them. Let's go. By the way, best deal today is Take Profit Trader. Apex is back to 50%. Lame over at Apex today. So, but if you need an account, I've not gonna lie, I've paid 50% before. Take Profit Trader is the best deal today. 40% off, no activation fee. Code BIG. B-I-G, baby. Bears, I like the way you're doing that right now. Let's see if they can take it nice and low. If the Bears could close it right here. Oh, beauty. Beauty. Look to see if we can stop hunt that guy. Coming in right by the way, into S tier level 25K. We've already been at 25K today. I'd still have to put it on. I would still have to put it on, but let's see. Oh man, if those bulls bounce it right off 25, I'm gonna be pissed! Just kidding. Let's see if the Bears can give us a nice close. Oh, close it right there. 2 minutes out, dump it through 25. Crush all the bulls' hopes and dreams, and pay us, baby. Let's see. Let's see how the Bears can close this thing up. Coming right. Oh man, we're coming right into 25. There you go. There's the break of 25. Oh shit. That's a big bar. Do some math. I might be putting on some risk. All right, you know it, baby. We might be putting on some risk. Let's see what we get. When you look at the range of that bar, I don't mind that. That's reasonable. I've sized down a tad. But not a ton. Not a ton, but a tad. All right. Copy trader engaged. Let's stop hunt Bears. Let's do it. Stop limit sell out. Get this thing ready to place. Come on, Bears. Close it nice and low. No wick. No wick. And I'm going to give that just 15 seconds. That's a pretty sizable wick. If they can't take it down through and fill me in 15 seconds, I don't want to play. 10 seconds. See Bulls trying to pop that guy right back up. That's why I don't enter there with a limit order. There's 15. Pull it. No fill, no trade. That's all right. Moving on. We still have hope, by the way, here on bar 21. Let's see if we get it. I know that the wick should be less in RAM, but candle 19 closed below the wick of candle 10. It didn't. It didn't, but let's assume it did. It provides some kind of context to go short, right? According to RAM, no. No. Way too early. The probability, first of all, 19 didn't close beneath the wick low of 10. It closed inside the wick low of 10. So, according to RAM, and you could say, well, it would have worked here. Okay, come on, let's at least move on to middle school from elementary school, right? Probabilities are a thing in trading. So, in most cases, you're gonna struggle if you try to sell the close of 19 exactly the way that it closed. In this case, it would have worked. The math over a big sample size of trades does not work because the probability of it breaking just fading right back into the trading range is too high. And it's too hard to manage risk because where do you put your stop? You could say, well, I'll put it, above the wick high of 19. All right, fine, but, you better get a huge reward to risk because probably about 70 to 80% of the time that breakout's gonna fail. I mean, just look at the close of, bar 10, bar 12, bar 14, sort of, bar 15. Look at bar 18. It tested. Wick back up, close inside of 17. Just because I get it. You can look at bar 19 and say, yeah, but that one would have worked, so I'm going to start trading that. Yeah, but look at all the other bars. Don't conveniently forget all the other bars that you would have taken with the same logic that wouldn't have worked. So you got to wait. If bar 20 was a lot cleaner, I'd have loved that. We would have put that on, but we didn't get a fill. So let's watch 21 here and see what we get. Skeeto, what's the secret to beating intraday trailing drawdown? 3 things, Skeeto. 1, have a positive expected value. No shit, right? 2, but everyone ignores that. 2, trade smaller. You're trading too damn big. 3, you probably shouldn't be going for 400 points in a prop account. Which is why when I see, if there's a stop hunt that's like 80 points away, I'll oftentimes break it up into 2 trades. Could you, if you're trading like just a personal account, could you just leave that on as 1 trade? 100% you could, 100%. But in prop, I like to keep that scalp/swing hybrid. That works best for me, especially with prop accounts. The problem if you start going for huge swings in prop, even when you're trading small, is you might end up 200 points in the money, and then the market ranges and pulls back. And that's a death sentence for that trailing drawdown. So scalp/swing hybrid, I think works best. The way that I trade here works best, at least for me, with prop accounts. Trade smaller and have an edge, dude, which means you have to trade some kind of logical methodology. 60 seconds out. All right, hey, if you haven't yet, you better hit that damn like button. Appreciate you doing it. Helps out a lot. All right, copy trader engaged. 20 seconds out. We've got a whole slop of stop losses down there. So Bears, you better give us that nice clean close. Give it to us, Bears. Barely outside. See that? Beauty. Beauty. Take that low. Take that low. Take that low. Bring this guy here and place him where I want him. Right there. All right, let's see if we can get a push through those stops right beneath the wick low of 1. Come on, Bears, take it through. ATR about 59 here. Which I do not necessarily need. I just want to see those stops get hunted. And I'd be looking for a pretty big push through. Pretty big. Let's see if we can get a fill. I want to see that test come and hit. Low is at about 54. 54 and 3/4. Come on, punch it through, Bears. Punch it through, Bears. Place that guy, see if we can get a fill. Okay, no fill there. Pull it back. And now we see if we can get about a half ATR. Or a scalp. Bears push it through. Yeah, they push it through about 8 points. A little lighter than I would have liked to see. That was a big stop hunt level. And to only get 8 points, honestly, a little bit weak out of the Bears. I'm not thrilled with that push. But let's see if we can get at least a half ATR for a scalp here to get out of this trade. I would love a half ATR. That would be beautiful. Ah, you weak-ass Bears. It was a nice, I mean, it was such a nice setup. Break. I mean, 8 points is not, an awful break, but could have been better. Could have been better. Could have been about a 15, 20 point break. Come on, Bears, give us a chance. Give us a chance! I want to see at least a half ATR. So I need the Bears to make one more attempt. I'm not looking to, look for some massive breakout downside now that we took out those stops. Yeah, it would have been great if we could have gotten like a 15, 20 point push on the stops. Again, that's a big ask, but with ATR at 60, I've gone over this deep on the tomb. With ATR of like 60 and that one being a huge stop hunt level, an 8 point push on the stop hunt, gotta tell you, just about the least that I would have expected. So the bulls beneath 1 were at least relatively strong on the first push, which tells me that I want to just get a half ATR if I can, just to make the math work. I'm not going to break the math just for the sake of locking up a small winner. Not interested in that. That has never served me well. So let's see if we can get at least a half ATR, close this baby up, and look for the next one here. See if the Bears can give us one more half reasonable push. Where were we at best? Yeah, at best we were about 29 points in the money, so I did the right thing leaving that thing on. Come on, Bears. Give us a little something, something. All right, there's a new bar. Closing inside the wick low of 1. So, let's see if we can get our half ATR on this trade. And then we'll watch bar 23 to see if we end up breaking this up into 2 trades. And I will get back in on the close of 23 if it gives us a good bear close. So there's our about half ATR. We got it. And now, so that's 33.70, 3,370 bucks. So now we will disengage disengage the copy trader and watch bar 23, see if we can get back in here. But if the bears cannot give us a nice low close on 23, then that right there is exactly why I try to break this up into 2 trades, because this is a question I get a lot. You know, why not just leave it on? We broke the low, because the bulls really often will try to just bring this right back up into the trading range because the stops have been taken out. So the bears now have less reason in a lot of cases to keep pushing it. You see this? The bulls will try to take it back up at least a little bit. I want to see them re-fail if I'm going to get back in by making 23 or 24 a nice, sizable, at least moderately sized bear body. So that's fine. We'll lock up 3,300 bucks according to the plan. By the way, I'm never breaking plan, but according to the RAM plan, baby. And we will watch 23. Give us a nice little close out of 23. We'll get right back in. Beauty. Trev, big dog, what's up? Yeah, you see this? This is exactly why. The Bears having a hell of a time. I mean, you just think about the motive to keep selling, and it's like, well, it looks strong, but the stops beneath 1 are gone. So that's a confidence shift. The Bulls have their first ounce of confidence since bar 20. And they're going to take advantage of that. They're going to try to buy it and bring it back up into the range. So, I take that off and wait for another good entry signal to get back in, which it's not looking too good here out of the Bears. Hey, Michael. Take a nice payout this week. Good job. Very good job. Now let's make that 1,000 payouts. Do it to him, Michael. Put him under. Well, you know, we got the stop hunt, but what a weak fucking stop hunt, huh? Kind of disappointing. You know, an 8-point push, again, context is so important. An 8-point push would be great if it was like an intraday curl, not the low of day, but an obvious curl, and ATR was 22. That'd be great. Which is why we adjust. But with it being the wick low of 1, which was the low of day, established for damn near 2 hours, at least an hour 45 at that time, and with an ATR of 60, an 8-point push on the stop hunt break is embarrassing out of the Bears. But that's all right. We managed it just fine. You can see the Bulls doing what we just talked about, trying to take this thing back up into the range. They're getting a little confidence. Let's see if the Bears can fade that confidence. When you're measuring the ATR for your take profit, when I'm using ATR to take profit, are you just eyeballing it on the graph below the candles? No, what I'm doing here is I glance at it, like every once in a while. Okay, 55. And then I'll say, all right, I'm looking for a half ATR, so I want about 27, 28 points. And then I look at my in-the-money points on my leader account contract. That's how I do it with ATR. Very simple. And by the way, those of you guys who just heard me say that, you gotta understand, I'm not just always looking for a half ATR. It depends. I'll look for a half ATR on the scalps, like that. The scalps, 100% half ATR. But on a lot of trades, it's gonna be 1 ATR, 1 R, or on a scalp, the half ATR. But most trades, it's gonna be usually a full ATR, maybe 3/4 of an ATR if it's a little more leaning toward a scalp. 1 R, if that makes more logical sense in that scenario. And then I'll do some half ATR scalps if it makes sense, like in a range on a stop hunt that I need to take advantage of, but we're kind of close to it already, like that, right? And then for swing trades, 2 R, so 2 times your risk makes sense for swing trades, which will happen, of course, less often on the live, because I'm not taking a trade and walking away for 4 hours on live. Plus, in a prop account, you know, you got to be a little careful and trade small enough so that you can trade 2R without trailing drawdown becoming a problem. All right, so let's get rid of these lines since we are now able to, and watch with a fresh set of eyes. You guys see this? See this? This happens all the time. The bulls have enough confidence now. They're like, all right, bears, you got what you wanted. You took out the low. Let's take it back up into the trading range. That doesn't mean it's a buy, by the way. It just means hold off on the sell until you get better confirmation of closing well into the low of day. I gotta update the trade count. Why did nobody remind me? You know I forget every time. Hey, James, good work. Good work. The beauty of Take Profit Pros. Daily payouts. All right, so we're 45 seconds out. This is a big outsized bar. This is top 6 of the day in terms of range. And we're coming right back into the 20 EMA. Haven't tested it since bar 18. Also happens to be the low of the previous range. So yeah, it's not going to be able to do much work above the 20, so I got to hold off and wait for bar 25. Reasonable close, clean close, but I got to wait for bar 25. You know, it is also pretty common. Not saying this is necessarily going to happen, but it is also pretty common when you see like this kind of thing happen, trading range breaks the low a day, attempts a reversal, you'll oftentimes see it turn into a soft bear channel. Just for context, just so you can kind of think like, yeah, maybe we'll see that. But I don't want you guys to like, I really don't want you to start thinking those things so often that you stop taking good trades. But I mean, again, the more screen time you get, you just start to kind of develop a, yeah, like, hey, maybe it's a 60% chance that happens. Now, where does the top end up being? I don't know. It hasn't developed yet. But we'll see if that happens. If we end up getting a whole bunch of bull bodies in a row, I'll get long. Easy as that. There you go, bulls. Not too bad. All right, 3 minutes out. I don't hate the way 25's looking. Bulls can hold up strength. I mean, you look at this little trading range. There's lots of room to the top of that. We'd have to see how 25 closes up here. If it closed a little bit bigger, I would look to take profit on a stop hunt break of bar 8. Because you know a whole bunch of people who are short are going to look at this and put their stop right there. We're going to pick the highest one, put it right there. Now, are there as many there as there were on bar 1? Nope, not a chance. But there's some, so let's see how 25 closes up. Two minutes out. Okay, now shrinking bull body, but when ATR is this high and the range on the shrinking bull body, we had one of these on, what was it Friday? I don't remember. We had one of these on one day last week. I think it was Friday. When volatility's high, a shrinking body is okay as long as the shrinking body is still a reasonable range on the bar. Like if it shrinks, quote unquote, from 70 to, 39, 39 is still a pretty large range on average for NQ. So it's all right. But if it shrinks from, 22 to 8, that's a problem. But I would need a damn clean close here out of the bulls to get long. And I'd be using a stop limit buy to do it above the wick high of this bar here on the rollover. All right, let's see here. 30 seconds. All right, 7 seconds. Get this ready. See if we get a clean close out of the bulls. I'm only going to give that 15 seconds to fill. If it doesn't fill me, I don't want to participate. But if it does, happy to do so. Risk the signal bar for the push up through here. 5 seconds. See if we can get a fill. No fill, no trade. Moving on. All right. All right, so again, we're gonna give away a couple of Apex accounts here in a little while, so stick around, like the stream. I feel like we've had like a weirdly high success rate with the giveaway winners. And again, if you win an account, you have zero obligation to tell me if you blow it or fucking make money off it. I do whatever you want. But I've had unprompted, like a pretty high percentage of giveaway winners hit me up and be like, dude, I just took my 6 payout. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are crazy. 3 minutes out. Media, you can win. Don't pull this, Shaw. I never win anything. Don't be that dude. You can win today. Just gotta enter, homeboy. All right, 26. See what you got. Two and a half minutes out. All right, 90 seconds here. We are looking pretty damn good. I like the way we're looking. I know VWAP is right there, but if we get a good setup, I don't care. All right. Got to see a nice clean close out of the bulls. Super reasonable on the risk. And super reasonable on the profit take. Again, small little stop on level. Mostly just a continuation trade with the benefit of that if we can get a push through there. So 30, again, not a ton of stops there, but definitely a few. 30 seconds out. Let's see if we get the setup for me. All right, copy trader, engaged, bulls, 10 seconds. Give us a nice reasonable close, and I've got a big ol' present for you. Wrapped up in a bow. That's not tremendous, but that's a 15-second setup. Place that C, closed with a wick. Ugly, but outside the wick high of 25, so that's a 15-second, but a B- setup, which I do still put on if it fills me in the first 15 seconds of the open here, bar 27. So, does it? No, it does not. Gotta pull it. No fill, no trade. Moving on. All right. What you got, 27? Really big thing, by the way. When this kind of thing happens, you're like, oh, I would have gotten a fill. Your brain tells you, oh, I should have cheated and left it on. It's a B- setup, but I should have cheated and left it on. Because I'd be in a trade right now, and I'm more entertained when I'm in a trade. That's your brain just craving the dopamine of you being in a trade. Don't do that. You gotta stick to the rule. If you assess it as a B- setup and you give it 15 seconds to give you a fill, and it doesn't give you a fill, You have to pull it. Otherwise, your decision making is going to be extraordinarily inconsistent. And you can't expect to make a consistent income if your decision making is inconsistent. That doesn't make any sense. If you struggle with FOMO like that, I got to tell you something. I really don't care. Like, about FOMO. For me, I just don't. When I see that it would have filled me, I'm like, okay, it wasn't fast enough, so the probability shifted. Don't care. I don't want to be in the trade. All right, halfway through this bar, let's see what we get on Big 27. All right, minute 10 out. By the way, that stop hunt mentality is not so relevant anymore. I mean, it's still there, but it wouldn't really be the only reason for the trade at this point. It would be more of a continuation than anything. All right, 30 seconds. Let's get ready. All right, copy trader engaged. I will get ready to go. I don't want to see too much wick, but I'll get the order ready in case the bulls can fix that. Oh, that is not great, bulls. That's too much wick. I can't even place that for 15 seconds. That's just too much wick on 27. All right, moving on. No trade, next bar. All right, hey, we're going to give away some accounts here in a little while. Don't go anywhere. Quick break. Back in a couple of minutes, baby. Stay put. All right. Welcome back. We missed nothing. We were watching bar 30, bar 29. You could say, well, yeah, but it was an outside close. Yes, it was. But we wouldn't have gotten a fill on bar 30, even if I had put the order out. And it was a bit long of a wick on 29 anyway. So let's watch 30 here. And I gotta tell you, I would love... It's a little far. Probably have to split it into 2 trades again. But I would love to be able to stop on the wick high of 6. Bar number 6, which is the high of day. And a whole bunch of short stops. Man, all these people who've been short all through here for a big swing trade, putting their stop up 1 point or so above the wick high of 6, they are sweating right now. What was that, 8 consecutive bull bodies? Damn. All right, halfway through this bar, 2.5 minutes out. See if the bulls can give us a nice, reasonable bull close here on bar 30. All right, ATR 53. We're a minute 40 out. Let's get a nice clean close here on bar 30. What do you say, bulls? Let's do it. All right. What a beauty. What a beauty. You gotta put it on. I gotta put it on if we get to close. It's gotta be a clean close. And ATR is about 54. Yeah. Well, let's see how this closes up. Let's see if we end up looking for the stop hunt on this trade or breaking it up. All right, copy trader engaged. Let's get a stop limit buy ready here. And going out. And give me a nice clean little wick. Boom, place that guy right. Beautiful place. Beautiful placement. I'm going to give that 30 seconds. Give that 30 seconds to give us a fill. And if we can't see any resolution within 30, then I do not want to be involved. Come on, bulls! 5 seconds to fill me. We've seen it. We've seen it happen. Nope, no fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. That's our 3rd teaser of the day. 1 good trade so far today. 1 trade in total so far today. 3 teasers. That's all right. That's why you use stop limit orders on continuation entries instead of straight up limit order entries on continuation. Greatly increases the probability when you use stop limits. You give up a little reward to risk, maybe. But it increases the probability enough where it makes sense to do that. Yeah, Joe, I'll still use limits, mostly in ranges, though. Mostly in ranges. Now, there's a little bit of nuance. I mean, there are some scenarios on continuation where you can use a limit, but I think a really good rule of thumb for RAM is on continuation, just stick to stop limit entries. It'll keep things simple for you and probably produce a better outcome. You don't have to get fancy with it. There's enough getting fancy trying to determine the context. All right, 2 minutes out. 2 minutes out. Come on, Bulls. We have had 8 bull bodies in a row. The Bulls make it 9. All right, 32. Let's see what you got, Big 32. Whole lot of nothing on Big 31. Well, should we do our first giveaway? While we're waiting, should we do our first giveaway? All right, who has the idea of the day of how to enter? Drop the ideas in the chat. Those of you guys who have been here for one before, drop your idea. And we'll pick one and get to it. Those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, hang around, you'll know. Come on, guys. Lazy ideas! They're not bad, but let's get something better. Let's get something better. All right. Here's a reasonable one. All right, here's what's gonna happen. So I'm giving away, first of all, let's start by saying this. If you win, I'm gonna deliver your free account via personal message in Discord. I'll add you as a friend on Discord. I don't add people as friends normally, but I'll add you because you're my buddy if you win. And then I will send you a message, but please don't fucking message me. I will send you a message with your code, and that code will be an Apex code, a magical Apex code where you type it. Well, let me say this. You put the code where you would normally put code BIG, and then it will make any size eval account at Apex totally free. You will get any size eval, 25K, 300K, 50K, whatever, for free. It will not make you pay for that eval, so it's a magic code that you will win. That's what we're giving away right now. If you are not already, join the free Discord so I don't have to wait 20 minutes to deliver your goodies. Okay, I want you already in there if you win. And don't say, well, I'm not going to win, because on Friday we had someone say that, and then it took them a half hour for me to give them their shit. So, here's what we're going to do. Join the free Discord. Now, here's how it happens. The giveaway is not in Discord. The giveaway is here on YouTube. It'll be in the YouTube chat. You will have 60 seconds to enter, unlimited times. You can enter as many times as you want. How do you enter? In the chat, you will say, once you're trading full time and you have some extra money, where's the dream destination you would like to take a little trip to? If the answer is home, just say, I don't want to fucking go anywhere. I like my house. Okay, say that. Or say where you would like to go. Go. 60 seconds. Better make it good. got a bunch of good ones. I love it! Man, a lot of Japan. I would love to see Tokyo. Tokyo's a cool city. Well, so it seems. Egypt as well. Gotta hit it. All right, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You better stop when I say stop, big dog. All right, that's it. Stop. That's it. Stop, stop, stop. You better cut it right now. You better stop it right now. That is enough. Ready? Here we go. You guys know what's up. We don't use fancy scripts. We use the method that a 3-year-old might use because it's effective and fair. Is it working? It's working. Ready? Who's our winner? Tick for tick. Italy, baby. We're sending you to eat a whole bunch of pizza pies in Italy with a free Apex eval account. Tick. Join the free Discord. Say, what's up, it's Tick. I just won the fucking giveaway. Give me my shit so I can get to it. Love it. Good job, Tick. Takes a lot of skill, baby, to win one of these things. We're gonna do another one, don't you worry. All right, 33. A whole lot of nothing going on. Tick, tisk, tisk, tick. He said shit. I didn't think I was gonna win. I didn't join the Discord yet. Where you at? I want to see. Hey, it's Tick in the daily discussion channel. You're not supposed to send me a message. In daily discussion, say, what's up? It's Tick. And I will add you. And then I'll send you a message. Once you accept that. There's Tick. All right, Tick, I added you. Accept that. And I will send you your stuff after we verify that it's you and not a scumbag trying to steal your account. There we are. All right, Tick, I'm sending you a number. In Discord DM, type back that number right here in the YouTube chat. Tick is nice and quick. That is right, it is 3940. There you go, Tick! There's the account. Delivered! Enjoy. Gotta love it. All right, we'll do another one here in a little while. But right now, we got trades we need to take. So I add them as a friend. And then when you win, here's what happens. You say, hey, what's up? It's me. I add you as a friend on Discord. I send you a number in Discord DM. You type the number back from the YouTube account that I expect it to be from, and then I know that it's you. There's a whole lot of scumbags out there, dude, trying to steal shit. But we ignore them, because the world is as you are. And if you're positive, you'll see it as a really positive fucking place. If you're a piece of shit, the world sucks. All right, 2 minutes out from bar 34 closing up. All right, coming right back into the 20 EMA. If I were going to get short, I would need to see this thing closing. Yeah. Well, actually, I got to tell you, if we could thread the needle. No, now that it's growing, I need to see a new bar. Because we're getting too close to that 20 EMA. If we had threaded the needle and closed up like right here without any wick, but now that it's grown, that changed everything. Alright, so I gotta wait until bar 35 and see what we get. This one closing up here in 45 seconds. Yep, there it is, making a test of the 20 EMA. Let's see. Nico, have you thought about automating your RAM strat? Of course. Here's 2 reasons why I don't want to. First of all, where's the fun in that? I want to work every day. I gotta tell you, a lot of people, they dream of like, oh, I want to lay on the beach. Yeah, that's fucking great for 3 days. And then you're like, this sucks. If you're someone who wants to be a trader, listen, if your reason, this is not going to be the majority of you, but if your reason for being here is like, I want to make easy money so I don't have to do shit, you're probably not going to be very good at this. But if you're here because you have that entrepreneurial spirit and you want to get after something that's hard and get paid well for figuring it out, or at least, you know, getting to be one of the top performers at it, you're going to do really well at this. And people who are like that want to work every day. I have zero interest in trading for like 20 minutes and then going and being a bum the rest of the day. Why would I want to do that? Retirement kills people. It does. I'm not interested in that. But the second reason is there's a lot of nuance here. You could say, okay, well, you could spend your day doing something else. Yeah, but there's a lot of nuance within RAM that automating would lose, no matter how well you program something to automate it. So, 2 reasons why, of course, I've thought about it, but I don't want to, because I can perform better than a script. And I want to trade. I don't, you know. I don't want to just sit and program and let a computer trade and I become a programmer all day. I can program here and there, like it's all right, but I'm not like a programmer. I don't want to do that all day every day. I'd rather trade. But if you're a programmer, you're like, well, you know, I'm trading. I love trading, but I actually love programming more than I love staring at charts. Then you probably should spend your day letting an automated strategy work on your left side and programming on your right side the automated strategy to make it better all day. So your trading day is basically just programming the automated strategy to optimize it and make it better and oversee it and watch, right? Or you can just do it manually if you prefer to trade. It's a quality of life decision, but also a performance decision. All right, 35. Ricardo, what's up, big dog? How we doing? All right, 30 seconds here. Big bar 35. You know, this can be solved by being a good programmer, kind of. But there's another thing here that we should talk about as far as automating a system. Fuck, what was the firm? There was a hedge fund maybe 3 years ago, a big sizable firm. And they managed a lot of money. They had a lot of AUM, assets under management. And one morning, news came out, a lot of money. Not like $2 million bucks. A lot of money. They blew up. They blew up entirely because their automated trading system glitched. It glitched. And it went and it traded a shitload of times over the course of a few seconds or minutes, and it lost the bid-ask spread on like thousands plus, maybe more trades. It just hit the bid, hit the offer, 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 losing the bid-ask spread every time. It malfunctioned, blew up the entire firm. Shit happens. This stuff actually happens. It's crazy. It's not just them, by the way. I've heard the same thing. I've heard the exact same stories from retail traders automating their strategies. Now, again, it's like, you can have the same kind of black swan glitch happen doing it manually. Of course you can. But with automated, you better patch all those holes, those potential holes. You spend your days kind of thinking of where things could go wrong and then trying to put in, bumpers so that those things ideally don't happen. I'm not into that. I'd rather trade manually than spend my time all day programming. All right, Big Bar 36. You gonna give us some or what? Two minutes, 10 seconds out. All right, 60 seconds here. Well, I gotta say, I disagree, man. It sounds like the dream until you do it. I don't know, I mean... I get it, man. It's like some people don't like working. But maybe you don't like working because your experience with work has always been shitty. When you start being a trader, you're working for yourself. I love this shit. I want to work full-time forever. And then maybe someday when we're getting real old, then I pull back to like part-time, mostly trading, but like... I mean, what does your day actually look like? You work for 20 minutes, you fucking go to the gym, you eat your food, you go out to dinner every night, you chill, you watch the sunrise, you watch the sunset, then what? After 3 days, it's like, it's time to fucking go back to work, dude. I don't know, that's my personality type. But I get it, you know, some people, if you can be like super happy working 30 minutes a day, you know, trading, you know, maybe an hour or two a day, you can do that with trading too. But I'm more interested in working a little bit more. I don't know. I think a lot of you guys would find the same thing. If and when you do go full-time trading, I think you'll be like, okay, I'm going to work for 45 minutes a day, and then you'll find yourself wanting to work for like 3 hours a day just because you work for yourself now. No, I mean like anything. If you're done trading for the day, you shouldn't just get bored and then go back to trading if there's nothing there. When I say go back to work, I mean something productive. It doesn't have to be looking to make more money, by the way. It just can be anything. A lot of people have the dream of the laying on the beach. But let's assume for a second, you're probably going to trade longer than this, but let's assume for a second you trade 45 minutes a day. Well, you're probably going to find yourself after doing that for a little while, and then spending your days at the beach, or hiking, or doing whatever the hell. After a while, you're going to find yourself starting a business on top of the trading, or volunteering at the animal shelter, or doing something productive. All right, 37, 2 minutes out. All right, 37. Let's see if bar 37 here can give us something reasonable. Looks like this may just develop into a trading range. If you have not yet, please hit like on the stream. I appreciate you doing so. And in a little bit here, we will do our second giveaway of the day. Free Apex eval, any size. All right. all right. Big bar 38. We got 36, 37, both dojis. Let's see what 38 brings us here. I'm going to be back in literally 2 minutes because I want to see the close of bar 38 here. I'm just going to get a refill. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're back. All right, we are back, baby, as promised. Minute 50 out here from the close of Big Bar 38. Since bar 34, this has been, well, in hindsight, since bar 34, this has been a single bar sideways trading range. Gotta be real careful in single bar sideways trading ranges. But 90 seconds, let's see how this guy closes up. Bro, you better watch the fucking attitude here. I said go nowhere, big dog. All right, 60 seconds. I can't take the first bar. There's not even, if 37 was a bare body, I would probably take this. But there's not a single reason for me to take the first bar. Almost never do. So I gotta wait for 39 here, which I'm gonna wait for 39, but when you're in a single bar trading range, you get a single bar breakout and the previous two are dojis, there's nothing there. It's just not there. It might be tempting, but at least for me, man, I can't take it. Can't take it. But we can take 39 if it does a similar thing here. Let's see what we get. What's up, Rock? How we doing? How tall are you? I am 5'1". 5'1". Kind of a little guy. All right, 39. I think you're gonna do it for us. Bears looking good! Looking good, Bears! Close it up right there 3 minutes from now. Oh, we'd love that. All right, 3 minutes here. Let's see what we get. Come on, Bears! Don't wick back, you insecure little bunch. Give us that nice clean close. And a beauty of a close is what we could really use right now. Let's see if we get that. One trade so far today. Good little trade. What do you guys think? Are we gonna get this? We're gonna get this? I'd love to see it. Come on, Bears. All right, ready? Ready. 25 seconds out. Copy trader. Oh, shit. Copy trader engaged. Double clicked. But we are ready to rock now. 15 seconds out. Wait for about 10 seconds out. Get my stop limit cell ready. Pull that on back to avoid an accidental fill. And let's get that ready. Boom, beauty. Place that guy there. Get a fill. Suck that up. Place that right where I want it. Bring him down. ATR 41, come on, Bears! There you go, Bears. There you go, Bears. Looking for a full ATR. Full ATR on this trade as kind of a minimum is what I would love to see. Keep bringing that down. Bring that down! Still got some work to do here, Bears. Keep that baby pushing! There it is. There it is. More work to do. More work to do, Bears. Not there yet. I want that full ATR. Keep that pushing! Big bar 40. Come on now. Keep that moving. Keep that moving. I need a full ATR, Bears. Not getting it done! I think we're gonna get it done. I need a harder push. Need a harder push. That was quickly in the money. That was a very quickly in the money trade, but I need a harder push, man. I'm not interested in taking things early because I want to book up a little profit like a child might do. No, I want my full target, which is a full ATR, about right now about 43 points, depending on how that adjusts. And I'm going to patiently wait to see if the Bears can give that to us, because right now the probability is good. Doesn't mean it's going to work. When the probability is good, I wait for what I need. I like being in the money quick, but I like being in the money at my profit target quick better. So Bears, bring that baby down. Push it. Come on. The Bulls seemingly still have some hopes and dreams. What's that about? I don't want to see that. All right, Bears. Let's go. Off a cliff. Take it through. Do your job. Come on, Bears. Off a cliff. See, the Bulls, you sometimes gotta, caress a little bit. Talk to them nice. Whisper sweet nothings. With the Bears, you just gotta yell at those sons of bitches. Bears! Do your job. Take it lower. I want to see 8 ATRs in the money. All right, take your time. It's okay. That's all right. Oh, Bears. Was I mean? All right, new bar here, bar 41. 0 decision to make on bar 40. No decision at all. So I let it work. ATR is 40. Still looking for a full ATR. All right, Bears. Maybe some delayed confidence here. What's up? It's not bad. Keep that moving. ATR 42. Alright, Bears, we got work to do yet. I need my full ATR. Alright, good. Let's keep that pushing. Let's keep that pushing. ATR 43. Go, Bears. Go, go, go. Boom. Full ATR. Actually, a little better than a full ATR there, I think. Beauty! All right, let me do some math. Let's see what we got. We got about $5,300 on that trade. We are up 86.80 on the day. Good. Right. What's up? Did any of you guys take that with me? Not that that's the point. I don't want you to copy me. But, I mean, fuck, if you decide to, I guess I can't help. I can't stop you. But fair warning, you're going to be along for the ride on the losers if you choose to do that, baby. Because there's losers. You better believe there's losers. All right. All right, well, I guess we'll see how 41 closes up here, huh? About time someone reminded me to update the trade count. All right, let's see here. This bar getting a little bigger. But that's okay. Get the copy trader engaged. Let's see how this bar closes up. And I will get a stop limit sell out and ready. And see if we can place this guy. Boom, plant him. And give that about 25-30 seconds. Give us a fill. And see if it can. Bears. Ooh. I am going to give it the full 30 seconds. That was damn close to giving us a fill. Oh man, no fill, no trade. You guys see that? That's why we use stop limit orders. That's why we use stop limit orders. Gave it the full time, no trade. That's all right, moving on. To me, no fill, no trade is still a win, because I want quick resolution if I'm going to be involved. All right, let's do our second giveaway. Let's do our second giveaway. All right, here's how it works. If you're not in the free Discord yet, join. The link is in the description. It's free to join the free Discord. And when you win, I will deliver it via the free Discord to you. So be in there before you win. So we're not waiting on your ass all day. A lot of you guys are real quick, which is tremendous. All right, then when that is done, here's how to enter. Well, first of all, here's what's at stake. I am giving away a magical code that makes any size eval at Apex free. You just put the code where you would normally put code big, and it makes the eval, any size eval, free. Here's how to enter. In the YouTube chat, you will have 60 seconds to enter unlimited times when I say the word GO. Here's what you're gonna write. And you better not lie to my ass, and I don't care if you're having the biggest red day of your career. You will still win if I land on you. Does not change anything if you're red, green, break even, flat, whatever. Are you red, green, or flat? In the chat, unlimited entries, 60 seconds, go. Got a whole bunch of Jesus. Oh, big surprise. Big surprise. Everyone trading RAM is green, baby. Almost like this is an effective methodology. Ten seconds. All right, cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. That's it. Stop entering. Stop entering. All right, ready? Damn, you guys are entering too quick. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Make sure this is going to work, right? Who is going to be our big winner? ABB! What's up, big dog? ABB is our winner today, and he is green. All right, ABB, hit the free Discord. In the daily discussion channel, say, what's up? Give me my shit! And I will. All right, I've added you as a friend, ABB. Except that he's been around for a fucking minute. He's been around forever. Oh, hold up. AB, give me 1 second, big man. Give me 1 second. We might have something here. I gotta get a stop limit cell ready to rock. I will get you delivered. Don't you worry about that. Boom! Stop limit cell goes there, and we are in. Go ahead and get the stop placed where I want him. Bring that guy down. I gotta reassess that stop. That was messy. There we go. That's where we want it. All right, and we are in short. We're in short, so we gotta fix this trade up first. Hold up. We got a million things going on. We're giving away accounts, fucking taking trades. ATR is 40. So unlikely that this would be a stop hunt here. But let's see if we can get an aggressive push downside out of the bears. Come on, bears, get that moving, baby. Get that moving. All right, in the meantime, ABB, I'm going to send you a message. That is a number. I need you to reply to that. Reply in the YouTube chat with that same number to verify that it's actually my dude AB. In the meantime, bears, pay me! Take that baby lower. Good push. 3918 AB. That is you, sir. 1 second here. Give me a minute. Got a million things going on. All right, bears, take this baby nice and low so I can deliver to my boy. There you go, bears. There you go, bears! Keep that moving. ATR is 43. Yeah, let's see here. I'll probably break this up. Well. Place that guy there. And AB, while we're waiting here. Check me out. We're going to multitask. AB, there you go, big dog. Delivered! With 100 million on the line, baby. Better appreciate that shit. Go do it to him. All right, bears. Bring that baby down. Should we just look for the stop hunt? What's up? Should we just look for it? Let's look for the stop hunt, man. I like it. I like it. It is where we need it. We're just going hands off, I think, man. Let's see if we can get that little stop hunt. AB, we'll see you in the tomb, big man. What's going on? All right, bears. Bears, bears, bears. Give me that stop hunt. Just do it to him. All right, let's see. Let's see. ATR is 43. That gets us, you know, within reason to the stop hunt. This is one of those where you can kind of do either or, and I wouldn't be mad at you. You could take profit on it at 1 ATR, or you could let it ride for the stop hunt. I want to at least see a test of the stop hunt. I want to at least see a test. Yeah, we have not been to the full ATR anyway yet, so there is absolutely nothing for me to do thus far. But let's see if the bears can at least tempt fate with a stop hunt of low of day. You're at wick low of bar 23. There we go. All right, bears. That's all right, bulls. You can have a little bit. You can have a little bit. But bears, we've got lows to clear. Let's get that done, big dog. Again, wick low of 23. You know there's some stops down there. You know there's some stops. It is the low of day. Of course, you also got to consider that the this kind of thing, when you have the wick low of 1, the previous low of day, and then the wick low of 23, the new low of day, within kind of the same region, oftentimes you can see the whole day become just a big trading range. But I still want to see if I can get those stops to trigger below 23. And then I'll get out. And then whether it becomes a trading range or not doesn't matter to me. But I just want to see if we can get those stops triggered. Stop hunt the low. Take profit with my limit buy that is already out. And move on my life. There you go, bulls. Keep that moving. Keep that moving. I'm sorry, bears. No, not bulls. Not you, bulls. Bears trying to get down and test that low a day. Trying to do it to him. Alright, what do you say, bears? Let's do it to him. Bunch more work to do. Bunch more work to do, bears. Oops. I don't want to move that. Let's leave that there. Just want to see a test of low of day. Just want to see the test. And let's see what's up. Do it to him, bears. Give us that test. Give us that test. 945 is the test. right, Doji close on 44. Bears, what you got? Oh, you babies. You bunch of babies. No decision to make. Gotta leave it. This is where everyone goes, oh my god, what do I do? You leave it, man. There's nothing to do. You gotta leave it. You have your stop where it is for a reason. But it would be real nice if those bears could do their job and take out the low. Sons of guns. Bunch of babies posted up in the corner. Alright, Bears, let's take one more run here at the low of day. Let's trigger some stops. Let's get it done for us. $3:15 left here on this 5-minute bar. There we go, Bears. Let's do it to them. Take out that wick low of 23. Get it done. Bulls, let go of the dream for 5 seconds. Let us Bears do our thing. You can have all of it after you let us do our thing. Take out that wick low. Get the job done. And then Bulls, I'll get out of your way. You can take it all the way back to the highs. But not yet. Will you baby Bears take that? Well, so far, we have been about 41 points in the money. The absolute bare minimum take was 43 points, which was an ATR at that time, but I want to see them sweep the stop losses that are all sitting right under the wick low of 23. The bulls thus far have protected that region. My job is to manage bar by bar if needed, only on decision bars, and let this thing work without making an emotional, unwarranted decision on a non-decision bar. All that being said, bears! Come on! Take out the low! That would be nice. Come on, bears, you bunch of babies. Take it out. All right, bulls, you can have a little bit. You can have a little bit. Little bit of confidence. The bulls could use some. Oh, you bear. What do you guys think? Am I cooked? Man, the Bears got damn close. They got damn close. It ain't over till it's over, baby. Let's see. No, Lark. I think if I lose this one, man, I think it's over. It's over. Career done, baby. This is the one. Bears, come on. Finish the job. We were so damn close, too. Yeah, Connor, you're telling me. Get this thing down 200 points. Whole bunch of slippage in my favor. Yeah, that's right, Bears. That's right, Bears. Step back in. Step right back in. Take this baby 800 points lower. Nani, don't, you psycho, don't say that. What's the matter with you? We're short! You son of a gun. Come on, Bears. Let's take out that low. Wick low at 23 is the target. Alright, Bears, there you go. Let's see if we can hunt these stops. Again, we're looking to hunt the stops. Wick low at 23. Bulls have protected it thus far. I don't think they got it in them. The Bulls, that is. I want to see the Bears take out those stops below the wick low of 23, and then I want to be out. Because the Bulls might take it right back up into the trading range, the full base trading range. So I take profit on the break, on the stop hunt, pull it, and reassess. And let the market do what it's going to do, and then take the next trade. That's what we're doing. The last thing I want is to see this thing turn into a soft bull channel. Let's not do that, Bears. That's right. So you want to be a day trader, huh? Oh, it's so exciting. Yep, you sit and you wait. And you make the best of it while you're waiting. But it does pay pretty damn well. And we enjoy this shit, man. To the average person, again, when you jump into the world of trading, you start consuming a lot of trading content, you know, everything you think about is trading related. So it's easy to start seeing the world that like, well, everyone wants to be a trader, right? No, most people don't even consider this. They don't even think about it. So while the average individual would look at what we're doing right now and probably think, yeah, I mean, you know, they might think it's entertaining, but then they'll see us sitting here waiting for an hour and they'll be like, this kind of sucks. Why don't you just take more trades? It's like, okay, so I'll take more trades and then I'll be like you. A losing day trader. That's the job, man. All right, bar 48. How do you convince a non-trader that this isn't just glorified gambling? You keep your mouth shut. You go and develop positive expected value, a statistical edge, and you get rich as fuck. And then they'll just like assume that it's not anymore. Or they'll say that it is, and they'll say, oh, you're doing well. Cool. But like, is it sustainable? They're not your friend. If people say that to you, they're not your friend. They don't belong in your life. I don't care who they are. They just, you know, they want you on their level, whatever that is. All right, Bears, this is your shot. Take out the low. Oh man, Bears. Bears. Bunch of babies. right, Bears, let's do it. Let's do it. Take out those stops. All right, if you're just joining us, sitting short since the open of bar 43, close of bar 42. And I am looking to take out the stops beneath bar 21, the wick low, which is the low of day. This is a stop hunt and trade. All right, Bears, a whole bunch of work to do. Let's take out that wick low, baby. Come on. Do it to him. An avalanche of stop losses. 60s. This is where they had trouble before. Bears. Looks like I may be eating some cold-ass chicken and rice today. That's all right. But Bears sooner rather than later would be tremendous. Take that baby out. Do it to him. All right, Bears, let's do it. Give me my money, baby. Bar 50. It sounds familiar. I feel like we were in this boat not too long ago. Is bar 50 gonna be the golden child? Let's see. Let's see. Bears! Starting to piss me off a little bit. Take this baby down through. All right, we taking bets in the chat? Is this thing gonna go? What's up? Do we start shooting dice in the chat? How we looking? Oh man. All right. All right, pull. All in the chat. Vote! Vote! What do we think? Ugh. Good tip. I'll do that, and then I can feel real good about myself the rest of the day. Come on, big dog. You should know better than that by now. Not around here. Not around here. Everyone goes, take profit. It'll feel real good. No, thank you. No, thank you. There's no ego on this trip. Come on, guys. You should know this by now. This is a probability and data decision. When you start taking shit early, you decay your edge because it feels good. But no one takes losers early. Now you end up moving your stop to break even because you want to protect green and then you kill your win rate. It's a data decision. I leave it on. Whatever happens on this trade, fine. But you want to take 18 points in the green just because like it feels great. Yeah, I used to do that shit too. And I was losing too, probably like you are right now. So you gotta let these things work. Now, if I got a decision, by the way, that would make me go long if I were flat, then I cut it early. If I got a body that would put me short if I were flat, even though I'm already short, then I would move my stop up 1 point above the wick high of that signal bar body. Or I guess the wick high of that signal bar. But I don't do anything here. There's no decision. Any decision made here would be an emotional one. And then you would feel really good until you look back at your total P&L for the month, and then you'd feel like shit. Just let it work. Let it work. And if it's a loser, great. Doesn't matter. You still had edge on the trade. Assuming you did initially. All right, let's check on the poll. What's up? What's up? Ooh, 2/3. Think it's gonna work? 35% of you. Why do you hate me? Oh, you bears. Bulls are really protecting that wick low at 23. They're protecting it, baby. Connor, you want to explain to me why I would do that? Because it feels good, right? Because you say, well, now you can't lose money. You know what a really beginner trader says? They say, now it's just a situation of how much money do I make? I'm going to make money. How much do I make? Yeah, that's great. They don't understand data. If this thing turns around, stops me out, that's fine. I don't care. Because the data is what it is. And then you increase the sample size. So if you have a strategy where you move to break even, that's fine. I don't do that. Because it doesn't make the data look better. It just protects your psychology. I don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah, it's a free trade. No, there's no such thing as a free trade because you had the risk on initially. You can't cheat the market like that, guys. Just find an edge, take the result like a man, or like a grown woman. But I, of course, still do manage bar by bar if needed. We just haven't had anything that's needed yet. Oh, you bears, you're playing games with me. Where is the confidence, baby? By the way, yeah, that's an outside close, but it's inside of a trading range. I would knock it long on 51 if I were flat, so it's no decision on that bar. I'm basically in the boat right now where there's not really a lot of decision making to be made either way. Because we're now in, contextually, a trading range. And in a sideways trading range, there's very little I'd be doing. So you would really have to thread the needle on any of these bars for me to make an early management decision. You're on 52 or future bars, you'd really have to thread the needle, and even then the 20 EMA is right there. And I don't say that as in like, well, I have hope that that'll protect me. No, I don't care about that. I say that as in like, I wouldn't be getting long right ahead of that test. We haven't tested it since bar 38. So the only reason I close something early, at least cut something early, is if I'm sitting short, for example, and there's a valid long entry before it has hit my stop. Then I make a buy decision, which puts me from short to flat. And there's very few, there's really not a path to a buy decision before it would just stop me out. So we let it go, see what's up. Oh, you bears, a bunch of babies. All right, let's see what, can the bulls do it? Can they take out the wick eye of 42? Damn, they can. All right, so that leaves us up 4,100 bucks on the day. That trade, had that worked for us, we'd be up a bit more than that, but we're up 4,100 bucks. That's all right. All right, let's keep moving. Keep it moving. See, I don't forget to update it when we lose. All right. All right, we did our giveaways. Connor, there's never any doubt, baby. It's part of the show. Part of the show. No doubt. All right, are we ready to go? I'm ready for lunch, baby. I will see you guys tomorrow. Be back tomorrow morning. 3 trades so far today, 2 winners, 1 loser. We're up 4,100 bucks. So I guess I'll see what the afternoon brings, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Good Midas Monday. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Hey, subscribe, like the stream, baby. See you then.